So you've done all the meditation and you've found some benefit, but you've been plateaued for months. Yet you know you still have some lingering attachments to release, some dissatisfactions, some unhelpful mental, emotional processes. So you've put more effort into your practice, only to find this achieves nothing, or worse, sets you back. Effort, it turns out, is the whole problem now. It got you here, but it can't get you there, so to speak. I applied enormous effort in my practice for 5 years, and it did indeed bring profound benefits. But like you, I plateaued. It was only when I embraced the non-dual teachings that I stopped trying to be peaceful, which is of course paradoxical, and instead recognized my inherent peacefulness. That's what I'm going to help you do in this video. Yesterday, I gave my full guide to the practice of non-meditation. Links on screen now and in the description. This video is a guided practice you can use as support. And we're going to take the instance that you're new to this practice and you're first gaining familiarity with it at home in a distraction-free environment. Of course, this looks somewhat like a typical meditation. The difference is we're not doing something here. Rather, we're introducing you to non-doing. So this is the practice of no practice, the meditation of non-meditation. So I'm going to close my eyes. You're very welcome to join me, although this practice works just as well with eyes open. If you watched that previous video, or if you watch it in the future, you will have discovered, or you will discover, a 6-step framework that I laid out for the taking of this practice out into the world as a kind of support for teaching you to rest as awareness in all circumstances. As such, you will be able to use this video as guidance in any and all circumstances, but we're going to begin in the context that you're at home, like I am right now, in a distraction-free environment. And this is the first step, is to place yourself in that environment, get comfortable, kill your phone, and settle in. Take as long as you need. Pause this video if you need. And then as soon as you're ready, rest as awareness. Rest as the space in which all your experience is occurring, without labels, without descriptions, without interpretations, without judgments, without speculation. Whether you take what you're experiencing to be inner or outer, rest as its essence, the awareness in which it appears and by which it is known. Next, when label, description, interpretation, judgment, or speculation arises, rest as the awareness in which that appears. Let it be just as it is. and allow it to pass naturally as is its nature, just like a ripple on the surface of a still pond. When you remember to rest, acknowledge this remembering as successful practice. This sets up a positive reinforcement. Many, many, many of us are terrible at giving ourselves praise, at acknowledging our successes. So we build this in to this practice. When you remember to rest as the appearance of whatever is arising, even if it is one of those labels, descriptions, interpretations, judgments, speculations, then we are doing what we set out to do. We are practicing correctly. This is enormously beneficial, not only for yourself, in that now you are not spiraling out into endless discursive thought. All the stories you've told about yourself and your experience for decades, which has led to all of your stress, dissatisfaction, suffering. But rather you are simply allowing what is to be as it is. Taking your hands off, unsubscribing. Now all there is what is called in the ancient texts Suchness. Raw appearance, phenomena, sensation, stuff. And you recognize that you are not the stuff in any absolute sense. It does not define you. It does not limit you. Rather, you are the space in which it comes and goes. If it comes and goes, how can it be you? How can it be your true nature if it is temporary, transient, fleeting? This is the whole practice. All we do from here is repeat, which we will do a few times together. Rest naturally in an uncontrived way, neither reaching for nor pushing away anything. Settle into what is as it is. And make no attempt to interpret it, judge it, label it, describe it, or consider where it may have come from or how it came to be. relinquish your tendency to try to understand anything. And enjoy the relief that comes of relaxing into this space in which all is occurring just as it is. When an interpretation, judgment, label, or description arises, rest as the essence of it. Rest as the space in which it appears. Do not elaborate upon it. Though if elaboration occurs, rest as elaboration. Do not berate yourself for engaging in interpretation, judgment, etc. But if you do berate yourself, rest as berating yourself and give it up. Simply elect to put no more fuel on the fire. Disengage from that old mental emotional pattern by appreciating the context in which the pattern appears. Awareness. Naturally clear, open, and lucid. Beholding all as it is, just as it is. Relaxed, calm. And when you see this opportunity to rest as interpretation, as judgment, as label, as description, as anything, acknowledge this as successful practice. You have done what you came here to do. And if you don't trust your own judgment that this is worthwhile, that this is indeed a success, trust me. And if you don't trust me, trust all of the other great teachers that we can read in books or now listen to in talks who have said this throughout the ages. Simply type non-duality into your YouTube search bar and find more evidence that what you're doing here is worthwhile. Acknowledge that. Even if you don't yet feel it, even if it feels odd to you, to acknowledge a victory, to praise yourself. Keep gaining evidence for the benefit of this practice. And your acknowledgement will grow. So once more, rest as awareness. Be aware of being aware. Appreciate this spacious knowing which remains in the absence of all that comes and goes, all phenomena, all stuff. Relax into it. See that everything you take to be yourself right now is occurring within this space. And that this space which is naturally aware is the only way you know any of it is going on. This is what I mean when I say it is the essence of all experience. When an interpretation of some phenomenon occurs, or you label it or describe it, judge it, speculate on it, rest as those phenomena. They're just more stuff. They don't exist on some special level, though it may feel that way. You are aware of that interpretation, judgment, label, description in exactly the same way as you're aware of your left hand. Appreciate that quality of knowing, of beholding, of perceiving. And acknowledge that seeing this is successful practice. If this brings relief, enjoy that relief. If it brings comfort, ease, enjoy that comfort and ease. If this practice brings insight, celebrate that insight, friend. It is the greatest prize. I'll leave this practice open now and end the video so that you can continue for as long as you please.